been getting some replies from you guys, thanks heaps. I noticed some of you mentioned that you were interested in learning how to scream like the lead singer of Trivium and Matt from Bullet. The best way I can explain it to you is showing you clips from me in the actual studio of doing some of our songs. We're FYU! One thing to make note of is that all vocalists from all the screaming bands and all that will use one of the styles that I mentioned today, or in this one, which is full voice screaming, or in the other video I made in Brutal. The only difference, or the reason they may sound different, is just due to their voice. Everyone has a unique voice, so that means everyone will have a unique scream. So if you can't get the same sound as them, don't be upset, it's not a bad thing. Work on making your own unique scream and that'll make you unique. I mean, if you sound like someone else, people then relate you to who you sound like, and then you're not who you are, you're just some other person. With these kind of screams, they're not like the other ones I showed you. This form of screaming this will have an effect on your vocal cords. The way to do it, okay, is what you do is, imagine you're yelling, you see someone, hey, you know, real hard. Now, the point of this is, and my cousin uses the same, his bands, he's in This Heart Lies and also Wings of Artemis. Check them out on MySpace. Advertising! Further explanation on how to do this scream. This is what I believe to be called a full voice scream. What you're doing is you're exerting a lot of air through your vocal cords to create a very loud sound. Now, I'll say it, but you don't necessarily need it, but try and look for an emotion behind this kind of scream, because this scream is a full voice. It's not so much about controlling or using placement, it's more about exerting a lot of force. So try and find, I don't know, we'll just say an emotion such as frustration, and you're getting angry, okay? And you just want to expel it. You want people to know how you're feeling, okay? Imagine, okay, focus this. Somebody at school or somebody has threatened to fight you with. Now, you want to show that you're the dominant force, so you're yelling stuff at them, okay? Now, you're yelling it with a force, okay? You're not going to yell weakly because, you know, like, please don't push me. You're going to really just shoving it out there to try and put the fear inside that person. You want to put the fear inside that. And that's what you're trying to do with people in your music. You're trying to put the fear inside them, okay? One thing to take note of is screaming. The more you think about it, the more damage you will do. One example I was given a while back, but I can't remember where I got it from, is babies. When they cry and they scream, they can go on for hours, but how come they don't lose their voice? And how come they stay? It's all about your placement. The less you think about it and the more loosely you push it out, the better it is, okay? Of course there's going to be damage, I'm warning you all, there is damage, but it's going to be less. The placement is better, okay? Think about babies, remember that one. So, when you go to do it, don't go, and don't get all tied up in there. Try and keep it loose. Now, the number one rule is, sadly, if it hurts, stop. That's it. If you don't want to, all I can say, I think from experience, is that the more you do it, the pain, you'll either become susceptible to it or it'll slowly go. If you're having issues figuring out how much air is enough, just try different ways to approaching or starting the scream. You can, such as see how you start off slowly and you're slowly pushing out more air as you go. Just building it up nice and slow. That's real sexy! Yeah! What's all Now the problem with it is, because there's such a rush and force and dump of air on your vocal cords, if you have the zen of screaming, you'll know about this, but when you sing, your vocal cords kind of go like this. But when you scream and all that air goes through, they go, and they're smacking each other. Snakes! I'd recommend don't do this all that often. I mean, sometimes you have to do it to get that sound, but if you care about, you know, being able to sing in that, try to avoid it. If you don't care about singing, guys, this one's the one for you. It is absolutely brutal. And after it, you'll slowly see a decline in your falsetto capabilities and your higher notes. It's probably much better for those people who have a naturally lower voice. So things like that. Okay, this is what I recommend. I recommend you do it, okay, to get your sound, say you do a recording, but have a rest, and your vocal cords will heal if you have a rest, okay? By rest, I mean little vocal activity, lots of water, just not working too much, and give it a few days. But if you repeatedly every day do it, you will get scar tissue on your vocal cords from banging them too much, and you can get to what is called nodules. Now, surgery can remove them, but you don't want to go through that, and that means if you've got nodules and you have to get surgery, it means you got to miss out on gigs, that means miss out on money, means miss out on fun, means miss out on more brutality. So, keep it in proportion unless you don't really care. It's all about experimenting with your voice all the time. I mean, whenever people with me, I'm always making weird sounds. Always different sounds. Always experiment with your voice. Do it all the time. Experiment with your voice. You will figure it out.